Greetings nerds and virgins, welcome to the video. Today we're going to be going through UFC fantasy fights that we missed out on, but before we start, can you like and subscribe? I'm getting views, but I want some subscribers as well since I'm building a community here. So please subscribe to hop on the shadow train. Choo choo, hop on the shadow train. But yeah, the first fantasy fight we got is Colby Covington taking on Khabib Nurmagomedov. Now guys, just hear me out. Let me give you a peace of mind. So basically my logic is, you guys, the fans were calling for Prime Ben Askren to fight Khabib in an undefeated American wrestler versus undefeated Russian wrestler slash Sambo guy. But guys, I think we can all agree Ben Askren couldn't hold a candle to Colby Chaos Covington. So if we want anyone representing American wrestling, we need Colby. The funny thing is, although we'll never see Colby vs Khabib, if Colby gets to a title shot, he eats Bilal for breakfast, dinner and lunch. So imagine Colby beats Bilal, then fights Islam in the ultimate Russia versus the United States of America matchup. That's absolute fireworks. But the next fantasy fight we got is Prime Kamaru Usman against GSP. Man, this fight gets my tummy rumbling. Just thinking about it and playing it out in my head, I honest to God think Kamaru Usman gets the job done. I just think everything about GSP and what he does, Usman does better. GSP is known for his stiff jab, but Usman has one of the best jabs in UFC history. GSP is known for his really good timing on the takedowns, but Prime Usman doesn't get taken down, other than when the GOAT Colby Covington took him down. But still, the only department GSP really has on him is the kicks. I see that fight being an absolute war on the feet where Usman beats his face so badly, I see him running GSP down via round 3 TKO or round 4 TKO. The next fantasy fight we got though is actually the thumbnail of this video. We got John Jones taking on Israel Adesanya at the light heavyweight division, obviously, and they're both in their primes for that fight as well. Now guys, listen up. I know you guys definitely don't want to see that fight after watching UFC 305 where Dricus submitted Izzy in round 4 by a rear naked choke, but guys, listen. It's clear that Israel Adesanya is no longer the fighter he once was, and by that I mean it seems like he can't take a punch anymore. PLO Fish Sean Strickland rocked him about 10 times and dropped him, and then DDP's weak ass punches that had nothing on them had him looking all dazed and wobbly whenever he landed on his chin. It's just gone, bro. And you guys are gonna have to come to terms with that the guy's washed. But one thing we can all admit is that Izzy's takedown defense has always been impressive. Even still, he has incredible takedown defense as he's shown versus Dricus du Plessis. I'm not delusional. I'm sure if Jones shot a takedown, he'd probably succeed it and ground and pound or choke Izzy out. But what if he comes in versus Izzy how he did versus Thiago Santos and just decides to kick box for 5 rounds? Now that fight is interesting, and in a pure MMA striking match, that would be so close and magical. Jones' creative spinning elbow and Izzy's amazing question mark kick, their signature moves on full display against each other. I honestly don't know who'd win in a pure MMA striking match between those two. I'd lean Jones just because of the size and steroids. But yeah, the next fantasy fight we missed out on is Prime Tony Ferguson against Khabib Nurmagomedov. Guys, I don't want to fucking hear Tony sucks, blah blah blah. I think him losing 8 times in a row shows he doesn't sucks. Age just caught up to him. Khabib retired at 32 years old, so no shit he's gonna look like he'd smoke Tony, since we never seen his downfall like we've seen Tony's. Let's say though, the Tony that fought Edson Barboza at 31 years old fights Khabib, the Khabib that fought Justin Gaethje when Khabib retired, since Khabib retired in his literal prime. That fight to me is so interesting because Tony was so scrambly on the ground. I recommend you go back and watch Tony Ferguson versus Danny Castillo, since Tony managed to win that fight off his back for 15 minutes, so that showed you how deadly he is from bottom and how active he is. That's if Khabib does take him down. If Khabib gets sprawled on, then he has to worry about prime Tony Ferguson's dust attacks, since those were the greatest dust chokes in UFC history. The striking wouldn't be close, Tony Ferguson would fuck him up on the feet, so if you Khabib Nutriders put your bias aside, you could see that Tony Ferguson wins that fight. Even a blind person could see that. But the next fantasy fight we got is one that can actually still happen. It's O'Malley vs Ilia Topuria. You guys really whinged about O'Malley ducking the biggest unprofessional crotch sniffer ever to fight a killer like Topuria in a fun-ass striking match. It's mind-boggling to me. Now, Merab the idiot posted his cut online, and honestly, not only is it a target for Sugar now, it's also an inbuilt excuse for when Sugar knocks him the fuck out. Merab's so stupid, he's pressing any fan that talks shit to him from the stands, like the guy who said O'Malley is his daddy. Merab walked up to him and pulled his hair and could get sued for that. Does he not have a fucking brain? Merab once smacked a fan after a fight, and the UFC brass, aka Hunter Campbell, had to pay for all of Merab's court fees when Merab slapped a chatty fan after a fight. Back to Topuria vs O'Malley though, that fight would be incredible. O'Malley the sniper with awesome teeps and long straights punches taking on Topuria the bull. Topuria with his crisp tight boxing, and they both have power. That fight is bound to cause an explosion. I wish we were getting Topuria vs O'Malley at the spear, but nope, you guys wanted Merab, so here we are with also one of the worst cards of all time. But yeah guys, those are the UFC fantasy fights that we missed out on. Remember to like and subscribe to hop on the Shadow Train. Choo choo, hop on the Shadow Train. And comment below your fantasy UFC fights. But yeah, I'll see you at the top.
You tried to break me, but you couldn't tear me apart. I've got a fire inside, gonna ignite and restart. I'm rising up higher than before. With every step I take, I'm closing in on the score.